All right, Julie, can you hear us today? Welcome, Julie. Can you hear us, Julie? Let's see how many people are connected to us here this afternoon. T, are you with us? Can you hear? Brittany, are you with us today? Can you hear us, Brittany? Open up your mics. Okay, we got some shy people. All right, we'll keep it moving. All right, so.
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Oh, Brittany, yay. Hey, Brittany, how you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, where are you dialing from today?
I'm dialing from Warner Robins, Georgia.
From Georgia, oh, you're a couple of states below me. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same weather. Okay, so Brittany, we want to pull you in to the conversation as well. So now I'm going to ask you the question. Why are you attending this seminar?
I am attending this seminar because I have been perusing some Agile applications and methodologies, and I just wanted to know more about it.
So when you say Agile, say that one more time, please, Brittany.
Agile methodologies and applications.
Okay. Well, so applications, what are you discovering in terms of Agile applications? I'm asking you these questions for a reason.
So I'm discovering that it is a branch off from project management, if I'm correct, but it's more people focused than it is business focused or process focused.
Okay, that's pretty decent. So I'm going to pull up something that's going to really help you, I think. There's probably some other folks on the call too that can really give us an explanation of it. But according to the Agile Manifesto, there are 4 values in the Agile Manifesto, right? And there's also 12 principles that we follow. But what happens over time with the open source system like we've been following, things change and people move away from its original intent and people start to put other things on top of it, which is really natural for folks to do that. But it's really just couched into a certain mindset of how we work. And what I'm going to show you is the connection, how it all came together. Let me share my screen with you right now. Okay, great. Can you see this where it says Lean, Scrum, Agile? What's the connection? Can you see that, folks?
Yes.
Okay, Brittany, I'm talking to you in particular, but everybody else as well. All right, so you've got Taiichi Ohno, who is the father of the Toyota Lean Manufacturing System, right? So this was all about getting rid of waste, right? All about understanding that stream, that value stream analysis, and that single piece of flow. So much, in fact, I'm not quite sure if they're still doing this at Toyota, but anyone on the assembly line can push stop. Anyone. They can stop the line. Then they all come together, swarm on it together, and fix the problem. So this is the beginning of it. Later on, Agile came in to the picture, but here's a little bit different now, right? Now we're asking the customer to come in with us, just like in sprint planning, right? We have our stakeholders come with us to have the conversation, right, to determine what the product will be, right? But it takes a lot for companies to really change. But here's the relationship. So Lean started in the 1950s, right? Inspired Scrum in the 1990s. Actually, Dr. Jeff Sutherland created in 1993 when he was at the Easel Corporation. And then the Agile Manifesto was created in 2001, right? So that's the history. But here's what Agile is. It's a mindset. And here are the 4 values. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools, working product or working stuff over comprehensive documentation, Brittany, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change over following the plan. Now, the stuff on the right is totally important, but we just value the stuff on the left a little bit more, right? And here are all the signatures of the Agile Manifesto right down here.
Okay.
Now, let's go to the 12 principles. Here they are, 12 principles of Agile development. It's really common sense and it's really, really simple. A lot of times I've heard people really overcomplicate it, but if you look at these bullet points, right, it's about satisfying the customer through early delivery. Who doesn't want to do that? We want to welcome changing requirements to a point where we can, deliver working software on a more consistent basis. Work together daily. This is why we have daily scrums, we have sprint reviews with our stakeholders, and we have retrospectives with our teams, right? We want to build projects around people who are excited, right? We want to have a effective method of making sure we have this information conveyed the right way, and face-to-face is the best. The pandemic now, being in person is really a little more cumbersome, but at least we are face-to-face right here. But working stuff is the primary measure of success. I know this is software centric right here, but it's just working stuff. I worked at a biotech company, and this particular department, the only thing they served up was documents to the FDA for medicines to get approved. It was paperwork. It was documents. So it's not always working software. It's just working stuff. But we also want to we also want to just maintain a good pace. Because like I said, we all agree, stakeholders, customers want more, 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 but we have to be really careful and do a constant pace on a consistent basis, right? But we want to make sure we got really good technical excellence, right? The art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. We want to emerge from self-organizing teams. It doesn't mean they can just do what they want. They're going to do what's asked of them, but they're going to figure out how to do it. That's the point here. And then at a regular pace, at a regular cadence, you want to have retrospectives. You want to really examine what the team is doing, the organization is doing on a cadence to make their processes better. I always make sure organizations every quarter examine all their stuff. What's going well? What can we improve on a quarterly basis? Yes, James.
Yeah, one of the things that I've run into, and I've kind of come up with a solution, or I actually found the answers in a book called Doing Agile Right. But one of the things that I've gotten hit with from the executive level, upper management, is you go ahead and show them the four values of the Agile Manifesto. And they say, what did they say? Well, that's for the software team, or, that's for the team. And one of the things that I did do was I found information enough to go ahead and say, well, in an agile environment or lean agile environment, okay, you need to understand that there's an agile leadership team level. There's not just an agile team level, there's an agile leadership team level. And just as an example, individual interactions and processes. Okay, yes, that's for the software, that's for the boots on the ground. But for the executive level, what does it mean? It means we set a clear ambition, what and the why, and the metrics for success, but delegate the how to the team.
Absolutely.
And we empower teams and believe that the right answer lies not with us, but within the team.
That's why we hired them, for their expertise. And James is absolutely right, because when I go into organizations, I start with the executives, the CEO, the CFO, and the CIOs of organizations. That's where I start, because I get them scrumming, I get them to understand. Then it just kind of comes down to the rest of the teams. Brittany, open your mic back up. After walking through these 4 values and 12 principles and hearing the conversation, does this help you a little bit more, Brittany, to understand what Agile is all about?
It absolutely helps me. It breaks down just the principalities of everything.
Right. So it's I say it's a mindset, right? It's not really a methodology per se, but it is a method. It is a way of working. And Scrum is a way to implement this into our business. There's different ways. There's different frameworks out there. I do Scrum, right? Because of who trained me.
Right. How does this relate to Six Sigma? Is this different?
This is Lean Six Sigma.
Gotcha.
So it's Lean Six Sigma. So it comes out of Lean, and Lean is baked into the Scrum framework as well. But we want to lean everything out. So let me paint a different picture for you to help you get inside Dr. Sutherland's mind. He is like the Bruce Lee of project management to me, pulling on these different systems that have existed, but putting his own twist on it. Right. And one thing I think was really unique was the burn down chart. So he was a pilot in Vietnam. He was a fighter pilot. Then he became a trainer of teaching people how to fly jets. And if we've all flown airplanes before, when we're landing, can't you feel the pilot adjusting and making different moves and maneuvers so that he can land the plane smoothly? Will we agree? Same thing with projects. This is why in 1993, he and Ken Schwaber said, let's codify this Scrum thing because projects aren't landing on time. How are we going to track these projects? Oh, Gantt charts don't work. Gantt charts imply that we're going to know everything every day. It's going to happen exactly this way for a year. BS. Doesn't work like that. My question to you, Brittany, do things change?
Absolutely. It's
All the
inevitable.
doggone time. It's inevitable, right? Things do change. So the burn down chart helps us. It's a planning metric, not a performance metric. It helps us measure where we're going when we put story point to our different bodies of work so we can see where we are. But what I do for executives, to James's point, who think, oh, that's not for us, that's for the teams, I translate that burn down chart into more of a project management chart that has red, green, yellow, and blue on it. So they go, oh, I can see the diamonds. Oh, the projects are going well. So there's creative ways to flip things and interpret things so it's palatable for people. In fact, so much when I go into organizations, I don't really say Agile and Scrum a lot. I really minimize those words, but I increase the meaning that's underneath them that makes sense so they can take it in. That makes sense, Brittany?
It does, absolutely.
Great. Yep, so those are the 4 values and the 12 principles of Agile.